Organizations don't work alone. They rely on outside companies for software, cloud services, equipment, and support. In cybersecurity, these outside companies are called third-party vendors, and managing their risk is just as important as securing your own systems. The process begins with vendor assessment, which evaluates a vendor's security, performance, and compliance before and during a business relationship. One common assessment method is penetration testing, where simulated cyber attacks are used to identify weaknesses in the vendor's systems. Another key assessment tool is a right-to-audit clause. This clause gives an organization permission to conduct audits of the vendor's operations, allowing verification that security controls and contractual requirements are being followed. Vendors may also provide evidence of internal audits, which shows they regularly assess and improve their own processes. This demonstrates a commitment to security and compliance. Organizations often rely on independent assessments, where third-party evaluators review a vendor's security posture. The main advantage of independent assessments is that they provide an unbiased, objective evaluation of the vendor's capabilities. Supply chain analysis is another important part of vendor assessment. This involves examining how goods or services are produced and delivered, identifying risks related to dependencies, disruptions, or weak links in the supply chain. Once assessment is complete, organizations move to vendor selection. A key part of this phase is due diligence, which involves researching a vendor's financial stability, reputation, legal compliance, and past performance to reduce risk before signing a contract. During selection, organizations must also manage conflicts of interest. A conflict of interest occurs when personal or financial interests could influence decision-making. Managing these conflicts ensures fair, unbiased vendor choices. After a vendor is selected, formal agreements define expectations. A service level agreement, SLA, specifies the level of service expected, including performance metrics and consequences if standards are not met. Other agreement types include Memorandums of Agreement (MOA) and Memorandums of Understanding (MOU), which outline collaboration terms, as well as Master Service Agreements (MSA) that set overarching rules for future work. Detailed work is defined using a work order or statement of work (SOW), while non-disclosure agreements (NDA) protect confidential information. A Business Partners Agreement (BPA) defines responsibilities between business partners. Vendor relationships don't stop at signing contracts. Vendor monitoring is the ongoing process of overseeing performance, compliance, and risk throughout the relationship. This includes tracking metrics, reviewing SLA compliance, conducting audits, and planning for contingencies. Questionnaires play a major role throughout vendor assessment, selection, and monitoring. They gather structured information about security controls, compliance, and risk management practices. Finally, rules of engagement define the boundaries, expectations, and protocols for activities such as penetration testing or vendor collaboration. They ensure actions are conducted ethically, legally, and without unintended damage. The key takeaway is this: third-party vendors can introduce serious risk if they aren't properly assessed, selected, and monitored. Strong vendor management protects organizations from weaknesses that don't exist inside their own walls.